Just a very few folks, because we want to get to the point where we actually can go flush some toilets. That's what we're excited about here. I never thought I would be excited about opening a bathroom, but actually this is pretty fun. So a lot of folks to thank, and we'll get through that as we move forward. Maybe I'll use this though. I think I'm being told that I have to use. Is that better? Do we need that? Me?
The neighbors can hear you.
Oh yeah, all right. So for those of you that didn't hear me before, we're excited and happy to be here. I'm going to start with, actually, I know I saw Kate around here somewhere. Kate, I'd like you to say a few words on behalf of the Friends of Santa Cruz County Parks. Could you do that?
We're so excited about having flush toilets in the First County Park. 30 years! Yay!
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And now I would like to have, let's see, we're going to have Jay come up. Jay, you're prepared to talk, right? You've got a few words. You've got a few things you can say about this.
One or two.
Because it has taken a little bit of time for us to get this to where we said we were. We're 6 months behind, which is about a year ahead of county government time.
Right.
Well, anyway.
At least 6 months behind, maybe 20 years behind in a way. I just want to tell people how much work and energy went into providing this facility for the community. It wasn't me, it wasn't anybody as an individual, it was a group effort. The county participated heavily. I got to thank a couple of people that aren't here. Mr. Puamarda, George Puamarda, who passed away about a week and a half ago, came down every day that we were doing something here. He's got a commemorative plaque here representing his family and his wife, and a real huge supporter of this. Within our club, the Cabrillo Host Lions Club, kind of got this started. Our leader at the time, Rob Ewald, kind of made a presentation, and we broke up into a couple of groups and came up with a list of projects, and this was one of the projects that he moved forward and got spearheaded. And then we've been through another president of our club, Barbara Chamberlain, who's here in the front row, and then the finale, Krista, who's here with us, who will have some stuff to say in a moment or two. So it took a little bit of time, 3 years for us, and lots of dedication, hard work, fundraising, mostly fundraising. And for a club of our size to do something so monumental, and this is the second monumental thing that we did. We initially, back in the founding days of our club, constructed the Aptos Village Park clubhouse down there. And so we've done 2 very big projects for the local community. And it, like I said, it wasn't just me, there was lots of others, a whole host. So with that, I want to give them the congratulations just as well as everybody else. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay Johnson. Did a tremendous job helping us, dedicated a lot of time and resources and volunteered his efforts. And I didn't realize about George. He's a World War II vet who actually was involved in the construction of Aptos Village Park and the construction of the building down there. That's a big loss for all of us. Pretty special man, pretty special family. So that said, I also want to continue to keep moving forward because he would have wanted us to, and he would have been very happy to have this moment in time. So Krista, I guess you had a few words you wanted to say on behalf of the Lions, and so come on up. Krista Brassfield.
Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, it was a great time for me today. I'm very happy to be here. I'm Krista Brassfield, president of the Cabrillo Host Lions Club. And this project began for me a couple of years back when I thought it would be really nice to have some clean, sanitary, safe restrooms in the Polo grounds. And I approached the Parks Commission, and they wholeheartedly embraced the project and told me that they didn't have the funds at the time. And we said, well, we're Cabrillo Lions Club, and wherever there's a need, there's a lion, and we'll work with you. And we were able to facilitate a memorandum of understanding through the County Parks Department and the County Supervisor's Office. And I have to say there, all of our Lions stepped up to help out with fundraisers. We couldn't have done it without our county supervisor, Zach Friend, however, because he really went the extra mile. He made sure that the county was able to garner some funding for this, even though there wasn't funding at the time. And together with our funding that we raised through all of our fundraisers, we have a bingo that we do every single week down in Watsonville, and all the other fundraisers. We had Santa Cruz Skateboards step up and donate about $50,000 worth of apparel to us, and we went out and sold that. We also held Breakfast with Santa, which is actually coming up again this year on December 10th. But without all the people that helped out at the Parks Department and all the Lions and the in-kind donations that we received through Lion J. Johnson, we wouldn't have been able to do all the construction on this building. And I'd like to give out certificates of appreciation at this time to those that are here. And if you wouldn't mind holding this for a moment.
Sure. While she's doing that, you got, okay.
Oh, go ahead.
No, good.
Okay. Oh, perfect, thanks. So right now I'd like to give Zach Friend, County Supervisor, a certificate of appreciation on behalf of the Cabrillo Host Lions Club. Thank you so much, Zach, for your undying support. Really appreciate everything you've done. And of course, Jeff Gaffney, you're holding your own certificate right now. Thank you so much, Jeff. And Jeff had just come on when we were embarking upon this project, and he was completely behind it. He was very excited about it, and now it's a reality. Thank you again, Jeff. And all the county staff, the County Parks Department staff, thank you very much for all you've done. And, oh, Kate Minot, she's here today. She was on the Parks Commission when we approached the Parks Commission, and she was really behind this project. Said she would do anything to get this building built. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, and of course we couldn't forget our very own Lion J. Johnson. Johnson & Johnson Company did all the construction here. They managed all the subcontractors, and they were able to get like-in-kind donations from about 10 different contractors locally. Thank you so much, Jay. Yeah, I have them here in a pile. Oh, and this is for Lion George Piamarta, who was here at every single one of our fundraisers. He was here at the groundbreaking ceremony. He helped us install the pavers, and he's not with us today, but hopefully Tim Piamarta's here. Okay, so we'll hold that for him. Lion George's son is Tim Piamarta, and we're going to pass this on to him for all his generous volunteer work and donations on behalf of the new building. And this is for NHS. And NHS is actually, as you know, Santa Cruz Skateboards, and they've been behind this project for the last 3 years. So thank you to everybody. And we really, we're very excited to be part of this project. And we actually have some ideas for some new projects in parks moving forward. So we're going to take it to our board, and we'll be working with you hopefully very soon on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Krista. Thank you for all the help from the Lions. Can't thank them enough. I know they don't want to talk, but I am going to point out Bill Rotto, who's kind of hiding over there in the sweatshirt and the black hat. He's the supervisor over this unit, and you can thank him for these beautiful fields and for all the work that they put in on top of what Jay did. They were working their butts off. And then Gretchen Eilif, who's the manager over our parks, she's done a tremendous job. They're actually the people behind the scenes that never want to be thanked, but I'm thanking them, so thank you very much. And all the staff who put everything together here, thank you guys. I will tell you, the project manager on this, in particular, Will Fort, who's standing right there, kind of looking like he doesn't want to be appreciated. He's actually not a project manager normally, and I just looked at him and said, hey, you want to learn something? Want to learn a few things? You can do a project. He did a great job. This is, you wouldn't believe it, but his first major project doing something like this, totally out of his field of work normally, but now we hopefully have him able to do other things that I really want him to get to. This was an important priority project, though. All right, enough of all of that thanks to the park staff, because, you know, we really want to thank the person who made this happen. Honestly, we couldn't have done it without you, Zach. Zach Friend, supervisor over this district, he pushed for it. He got us the funds. He got us the money. He made sure that everything that we could do, any of the obstacles in our way, he helped us navigate them. And I just want to have him come up and say a few words and thank him for all that he's done for us.
He always says the nicest things right before budget time. Every time. Every time. So I'll give you a quick history of this so you have a sense, at least within my involvement, which was, and some of you have heard this before, but when I was first running for office, I met with a group of parents that are associated with the Little League here that told me that they know the exact distance between here and the local coffee shops in order to have their kids be able to use the restroom. But beyond that, they told me the story about 2,000 kids using this on any given weekend and the best that we could provide them. Even 30 years ago, as part of the master plan, we had promised them regular bathrooms where these porta potties, the past that you see over here, they were normally overflowing by the end of the weekend, even with the Herculean efforts of the county parks department. You know what I mean? My mom told me, if you see trash, you gotta pick it up. That's right.
That's for your mom.
I know, that's for my mom. And so when I first got into office, at actually the very first meeting that I had with the county administrative officer, she said, well, what are you interested in accomplishing? And I mentioned a couple of things. And I said, my top priority, for as strange as it may sound, is getting permanent restrooms built at the Polo grounds, because I feel like it's a promise that we had made the community decades ago that we'd never fulfilled. And so we instantly brought in Gretchen, and she was one of the first people that I met with on the county staff. And Gretchen, at this time, the Parks Department didn't even exist. It was a subsidiary of Public Works. They had no funding. Half their staff had been cut. And she didn't even say, there wasn't a no in her vocabulary. She said, this is something that if it matters to you, that we're going to get it done. And we started with a small seed of $60,000 in parks dedication funds 4 years ago. And over the course of the last 4 years have raised, over $500,000 toward this project through a number of different ways, from public and private and state funds and creative grants, and an innumerable amount of work done by the Parks Department on weekends, on their own time, by Jay, by Krista, by the Lions, saying that they would never give up on this thing. And here we are. And what's interesting about it is that when you think about a lot of what's going on even at the national level, and people feel disconnected regardless of who you supported at the national level, it goes to show what you can still do at the local level here. I mean, at the local government level, there really are things that can make people's lives better every single day. I grew up next to one of the largest urban parks in the United States in San Diego. It's an area called Mission Trails Park, if you're familiar with it. And I used to play baseball in an area called Lake Murray. All the time. It's all I did. And there was, interestingly enough, a community member, and his name was Jay, a different last name. We didn't have bathrooms and we didn't have a concession stand. I played baseball all through college when all was said and done. But when I played baseball there was somebody named Jay who said, we're going to build a concession stand and we're going to build 2 restrooms here so the kids don't have to use porta potties. And although it was built the very last year that I played in Little League there, it's become something when I go back and see my parents. I've seen both of my nephews play baseball there, and they know a world only that has this kind of opportunity there. They don't know the world that we used to have. And in San Diego, we don't have trees, so when we had to go, we had to be really creative, But that's 20 some odd years ago that I was playing Little League down there, and Jay made that happen for future generations in San Diego, and I saw it happen when I was a kid. And it feels good to be able to in just a very small way, be able to give back for the thousands of kids and parents that use this every single weekend. And it's proof that we can do things even when we didn't think that things could be done. And the concession stand, which isn't spoken about a lot, but something that can give back to the community here, not just to provide food, but to provide reinvestment within this park, I think is going to offer a lot of remarkable opportunities. So Jay and Krista and Gretchen and Patrick on my staff, who never gets thanked for anything, but really was the point person on this. And he had to deal with my lack of tolerance for the public process at certain times, and frustration with everybody from PG&E to whatever it may be that were blocking this project from occurring during various times. And he fought through it. He just kept saying, this is what he kept saying to me: we made a promise, you're going to get it done by the end of your first term, so we're going to do it. And my first term ends on January 3rd of 2017, so we made a promise that we kept. We made a lot of other promises we didn't keep, but we made this promise and we were able to keep it. I'm sorry about the highway. I'm sorry about a lot of things, but we're working on everything. But right now, this was something, and Patrick, you deserve a lot of the praise. So I think we have a ribbon to cut. Is that right? I understand that the Parks Department got their own scissors in the last budget. I don't remember seeing that as a line item, but that should be.
I have a creative staff that figured out how to buy scissors. I don't know how it happened.
But think about it, you would only own your own scissors if you're doing a lot of new things, and that's got to be a good sign for the Parks Department. And for those of you that live in our district here in the 2nd District, this development is huge, right? And we're not done with this park yet. There are other things that we're going to be doing that are really going to make it special. Seascape Park in the next 2 months or so, because Will's been fighting for it nonstop. You're going to see something beautiful there like we haven't seen since the park was first built. And Aldridge Park, for those of you who live in Corralitos, is seeing a whole new look. 3 major park revamps, not even to talk about Sea Cliff Park, which is the first new park in a generation built. In just 4 short years, think about really a renaissance within the Parks Department. Can't say enough to the leadership or the community saying this is a priority for all of you for supporting everything that we needed on the financial side. So I'm proud to represent you. I'm proud to stand here. I'm proud to drink water and not be afraid about what's going to happen to me now down at this park. Or for my 2-year-old that we're just now potty training, I'm not scared to bring him here either because he's got a place to land. So thanks to all of you for your work, and we should cut a ribbon and get this going.
All right, Kate, everybody that's been up here speaking today, let's get Bill Rotto, the Hibbles. You guys should come up. Aptos Chamber, please come on up. Anybody else? Everybody else? While that's happening, we're going to give out a couple more certificates. I'll just read off to you quickly what we're going to say on these certificates. They're to Jay Johnson and the Cabrillo Host Lions. It says, for their generous contributions towards the Polo Grounds restrooms and concession building, your support is appreciated and has made our county parks a better place for all future generations. So for both of you, thank you very much. All right, have we got you guys? Everybody, come on up.
Like real. These are not.
Can you guys come on? Come on. Be friendly.
I gotta remove the price on the stickers real quick.
Just before you snip it. So I'm also presenting this plaque as dedication to all the hard work of all the people that have joined us in constructing this, and the hard work and great support that Zach has presented to us. And this will be mounted somewhere here locally to be determined, okay? So please.
Thank you. It's beautiful. This thing's like 400 pounds. Okay, it says, with leadership and dedication by Santa Cruz County, it lists your county supervisor and the collaboration with all the people that sponsored this financially and otherwise. It's a beautiful plaque from Lions, and it literally weighs 25 pounds. I'm going to hand it to somebody that has more strength than me.
I can hold it back there. Hey, Gretchen, you coming up here? No. All right.
Yes.
Keep doing your job. Just keep doing what you do.
I need somebody else to help me with this.
Oh, you.
Come over here.
All right.
You're in construction.
Jay, you go ahead.
Somebody do a count.
1,
3, 2, 1.
All right.
great.
All right, you gotta do a ceremony.
All right, feel free to mill around, check out the bathrooms. There's a family bathroom, there's a women's bathroom, men's bathroom. Feel it, the concession stand, the Cafe La Polo. We'll be naming it soon.
Yeah, it's going to be on the